Hi my angels, and welcome back to my channel. First thing is first, I have had my hair redone. I've got like hints of almost silver in my hair at the moment, so I only got it done yesterday. So this is going to wash out to kind of like a really nice kind of brown colour, but I'm absolutely loving it. I'm going to leave the details to Nikki, who is my dear friend and hairstylist, and she's just an amazing soul. I'm going to leave her details in the info box below. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that obviously there's something a bit different in this video. If you guys are new to my channel, then my name is Kaushal. You can find all of my social media links in the info box below. And whilst you're down there checking those out, please make sure you're subscribed as well so you're kept up to date with all of my videos. But today I'm going to be doing a video all about my laser hair removal journey. This video has been a long time coming. I basically had to wait until I had footage of the actual laser process. So I had to wait for my session to go in and obviously do all that for you. So very sorry about this video being very late, but I do hope it helps you guys out. So I've spoken about me having laser hair removal here and there on my YouTube and on my Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and that. And I had lots of questions saying, please can you do a video about it? So this is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to split this video up into two halves. So the first half of this video will be my actual laser hair removal journey, because the beginning half of my laser hair removal like story was a big massive fail. And then the second half of this video is going to be a bit of a Q&A where I answered some of the most common questions that I would get, and all of the links and everything will be left in the info box below. So just to give you guys some information, I have had my whole body lasered, obviously apart from the hair on my head, my eyebrows and my eyelashes, and also areas like my palms of my hands and the soles of my feet, because hair doesn't naturally grow there. So those are the areas that I haven't had lasered. Other than that, I have had everything removed. So I first started off with getting IPL done. IPL stands for Intense Pulsed Light. And this is basically a machine where you apply kind of jelly to your skin, and then this machine basically shoots light to your skin, and it supposedly kills the hair follicles, and it basically makes you hair free. Now, I had 2 sessions done and I did not see a difference in 2 sessions, and I was just a bit like, I do not want to waste my money getting the full 6 or 8 sessions done when I'm not seeing results. So I decided to bin that. I think I was around 21 or 22 when I first tried IPL, but obviously it did not work for me. And just on a bit of a side note, if anyone is Asian or anyone who has dark pigmented hair on their body, IPL is not necessarily the best laser for you. It's not the most effective laser, and I know this because of my laser technician that I go to now. She told me everything I needed to know about lasers. I just wanted to make that aware. If anyone is thinking of getting IPL done and you have kind of Asian hair, then I would really recommend you to do your research and try and find an alternative, which may be a little bit more expensive, but at least that way you know you're going to get results in the long run. So my next stage was trying a YAG laser. So YAG lasers are supposed to be more effective, but what I didn't know at this time was that there are loads of different types of YAG lasers. I was not aware. I did not do my research. I just went with people's recommendations and I just went for it. I went to a lady in Birmingham here in the UK, and I did a lot of treatments with her. I spent over £1,000 with her, but unfortunately I was missold that laser. So this particular YAG laser was actually a laser that just made your hair lighter. So what was happening was I felt like my hair was decreasing on my arms and my legs everywhere, but in actual fact the hairs that were growing a lighter shade. The kind of procedure that I had going with that laser was to go with my hair grown. So I would go with like hairy arms, hairy legs, and then she would go and zap away my skin and the hair would turn white and then almost flake off within like the next 3 or 4 days. I'm not too sure of the exact YAG laser name, but if I do find it, I will leave it in the info box below. But after spending so much money with her, something just clicked in my head, like, this is not right. I'm spending so much money. I am not really seeing that much difference, but I almost wanted to feel like I was. And I got the opinion of like my family and friends, like, do you guys feel like my hair's getting less? And they were like, well, haven't really noticed much yet. It's a little bit less, and that's where it kind of hit me. I was like, I need to stop going to her. After being missold a laser, I was on the hunt for someone who knew what they were doing and someone that could give me results. So actually talking to my laser technician now, the kind of laser that I did have was more of an IPL treatment. It wasn't really the YAG laser that I thought in my head I was getting. And it's very unfortunate that I obviously had to go through that and lose a lot of money and time and traveling to get to her. It was actually quite a stressful time because I was a bit like, oh my God, I can't believe I've just wasted all of this to now have lighter hair, and now I want to still get rid of it. So anyways, that was the kind of second part of my laser hair removal journey. Coming forward to now, so I actually get a laser called, I've got it here, it's called the Long Pulsed ND YAG laser, but that is the laser that I get done at the moment. Well, I say I get done, but I finished my treatment, so that's the laser that I got done to get to where I am now. I've actually done a blog post on this on my blog, which by the way is getting a bit of a facelift very soon, so please hold tight with me because I am going to be blogging more. So my laser technician, her name is Tracy. She really knows her stuff about lasers. She has been in the industry for over 20 years, so when I say to you that she knows her stuff about lasers, she really knows her stuff. I drilled her hard when I first met her because I wanted to see results in one go. She has transformed my body hair regime. The reason why the laser that I got previous to this, the missold YAG laser, and the IPL treatments didn't work for me is because Asian hair is very rough and tough. It wants to just stay with us. I'm sure there's loads of people out there who feel my pain, but what it is when the laser kind of hits your skin, IPL and the laser that I had done previously, they don't penetrate into the deep layers of the skin. They only penetrate kind of on the top layers. So you will notice a difference whilst you're getting your treatment done. But when it comes to long term, you're not going to see that many benefits of laser hair removal. So that is the reason why those lasers did not work for my skin. I did need a laser that was going to penetrate deep enough into my skin to really kill the follicle of hair. When I first met her, she had a consultation with me. She did a patch test on my neck, just so that I could get used to the kind of feeling of the laser and also to see whether or not my skin reacted to it. My skin was absolutely fine, and we booked myself in for a full body treatment. So before going in, I had to make sure that I had no product on my skin, so no perfumes, no creams, no moisturizers, no cleansers, nothing on my skin, and I had to make sure that I shaved all the areas that I wanted my hair removed from. So obviously that was my whole entire body. I'm gonna include some clips of exactly what the laser process looks like. Depending on the areas that you want to have lasered, she will grid up your skin and she will work through every single grid that she's made. She's very, very thorough, and she goes through all of the areas and all of the patches that you have on your skin that she's gridded up and make sure everything is lasered. So on one hand, she would hold the laser, which she's actually lasering my skin, and on the other hand, she would hold a kind of tube which shoves ice cold air conditioning air on you, and that helps cool down your skin whilst the laser is obviously going away and burning all of your follicles. So the laser that I get done with her is a very, very strong laser that works on every single skin tone, every hair color apart from white and red, because those are the two colors that the laser scientifically cannot pick up. The reason why this laser works so well is because it is strong enough to penetrate through the layers of your skin, which is where your follicles are for your hair, and it's going to zap that rather than sapping layers above it, which is not going to get to the source of the hair. And that's the reason why it's so effective. Once my treatment was always done, she would always say to me, don't go to the gym, don't have any kind of hot showers or anything like that. Just let your body kind of cool down naturally before the next day, about 24 to 48 hours. You can shower and you can kind of get back to your normal day-to-day life. That is the general kind of process of getting laser hair removal done with her. And I am just going to be really, really honest with you guys. And I want to let you know that in one treatment, I noticed a difference. My hair was visibly less. And to me, I was just like, oh my God, this is what I've been missing my whole entire life. So it really, really, really did work, and I could see it in one go. And once I had my second treatment, I was even more shocked at the amount of hair that was growing. So I had roughly 9 sessions with her. I personally went to her whenever I started seeing hair. So I would have my treatment done, and then obviously no hair would grow, and I would wait until I could see hairs on my body. I would shave it all off and book myself in with her to have another full body treatment. You can do it that way, or you can actually just go every 6 to 8 weeks and just have like a robotic schedule that you stick to. I was really fortunate to have her as my technician because she is really flexible, and we were able to kind of work together throughout my kind of laser hair removal journey. I've noticed just such a difference in the texture and appearance of my skin as well. It's a lot more smoother. I also noticed a massive difference getting my face lasered because it also worked as a bit of a facial, and it helped with any kind of like pigmented areas that I had on my skin. It was kind of like lightening them. The things that I had to be careful of when I was getting my laser treatment was obviously 24 to 48 hours, making sure I wasn't gymming and taking hot showers or hot baths or anything like that. It was always to apply a good amount of SPF on a day-to-day basis, or if you're going to be out in the sun, because you want to protect your skin. Throughout the laser process, you just have to make sure that your skin is protected. It doesn't mean that you can't go on holiday or anything like that. I mean, I went on a fair number of holidays whilst I was getting my laser treatment done, and my skin was absolutely fine. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm missing to tell you guys, because there's like so much information in my head that I feel like I'm forgetting to tell you guys. Okay, so if I fast forward to now, I want to say 96% hair free. One of the biggest misconceptions of laser hair removal is that it's permanent. Nothing is permanent when it comes to your skin. If you have hormonal changes, if you go through pregnancy or anything like that, your skin is an organ, and if you have any hormone imbalances, hair can grow back even though you've had laser hair removal. So that is one massive thing to bear in mind. I personally haven't obviously gone through any hormonal changes or gone through pregnancy or anything. So when it comes to my current situation, the areas which are a little bit more stubborn than others are slight areas on my face and my bikini. Those are the two areas which are a little bit more kind of, funnily enough, also my elbows. I randomly get like patches of hair on my elbows, and we have no idea why. I think it's because my elbows are constantly like stimulated, and it might be stimulating the hair to grow back. Those are the areas that I generally have a little bit of hair that comes back. When it comes to my hair removal now, I don't shave my legs or wax my legs or epilate my legs or anything to my arms, anything to my body, because I am pretty much like hair free. And I've got to say, hand on my heart, it is the best beauty treatment that I've ever done, especially coming from an Asian background where, you know, majority of Asians do have a lot of hair on their body. Something that I always wanted to get done. I'm so glad I did it, and it was unfortunate that it was before all this YouTube stuff happened. Otherwise, I would have taken you guys along on the journey with me. So now I go for top-up sessions. I'm actually going to show you guys my arm because I haven't been for a top-up in, I want to say 2 years, and this is currently what my arm looks like now. As you can tell, my arms are very, very hair-free. There's the odd hair here and there, and yeah, I'm just so pleased with the result. So not only do I go for my top-up sessions like here and there, I do also get facials done by Tracy as well. I'm going to insert clips of the 2 facials that I get done. The first one is microdermabrasion. This is just like a very extreme exfoliation of the skin. It helps with so many different issues of the skin. One of my main concerns was hyperpigmentation, and that has definitely helped with the kind of appearance and texture of my skin. Makeup sits so beautifully once I've had it done, and it really does give my skin a really nice glow. And the other facial that I get done by her is called Transdermal Therapy. This is a facial that really helps your skin look nice and youthful and glowy. It's actually an electrical machine which is put on the skin, and when it is put on the skin, I believe it opens up the channels of your skin layers and it allows fluid to go into them. It increases the amount of collagen in your skin. Again, your skin is left so beautiful that the next day once you've had this facial, my makeup sits so incredibly well. So I like to get this done before like events or weddings or shoots and things like that. It has definitely helped my skin. I've been getting them done for about a year, and I have had lots of kind of questions and comments from you guys on YouTube about my skin, and you know that it's looking so good recently. And I have to say that I reckon, along with my skincare routine, those 2 facials that I get done have definitely made a difference. And I feel like the more you do it, the more your skin benefits from it as well. So currently I'm like 95% hair free, which I love. It's just so much more manageable. It doesn't really hit you until you're going out somewhere and like someone says something along the lines of, oh, I can't wear that, or oh, I've got to shave my legs. And that's where, you know, it like clicks in my head and I'm like, oh my God, like I don't have to own a razor. Like it's crazy. It's little reminders like that which really make you realize that, wow, this has made such a huge impact on my life. And like I said, it is definitely the best beauty treatment I have ever done, and it's the best beauty treatment that I would recommend to anyone out there because it really does save you time, energy. It can help you with your confidence. Like it can do so much for you. On my Snapchat, I actually asked you guys to send me some questions in case you had any questions about this whole laser hair removal process. So I'm just gonna go through them on my phone. First question is, how much did it cost? So costing all depends on who you go to and also where they're based. So if you go somewhere in London, then it's obviously going to cost you London prices. If you go somewhere which is a little bit kind of on the outskirts or in the countryside or somewhere which isn't obviously going to have like a high rent and all of that, it makes a massive difference in the price. So I would definitely say do your research. When I got my laser hair removal done, it cost me £200 a session, which was exactly the same amount as the lady that was charging me in Birmingham. I'm not too sure about the prices now because, like I said, I did have my laser hair removal done quite a few years ago. But what I am going to do is, if any of you are in the Northamptonshire, Milton Keynes, Coventry, Birmingham, Leicester kind of area and don't mind travelling to Northamptonshire, it's kind of on the outskirts of Northamptonshire. I will leave all of Tracy's information below so you have ways of contacting her if you want to go down that route. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much did it hurt? So I'm guessing 1 would be no pain and 10 would be loads of pain. And whenever it comes to questions like this, my answer is always, it depends on your pain threshold. I could say to you guys, oh, it hurt me like 5. But for someone else, like my cousin who goes, she finds it quite painful. So her pain threshold is obviously a little bit less than mine. So it all varies. That's why it's so important to go to someone who knows what they're doing, who's going to do a patch test, who's going to really talk you through all of the stages so you know exactly what you're going to be getting from it. So pain unfortunately depends on the person who's getting it done. And in case you are wondering, for me it didn't really hurt that much. There were certain areas where I could feel it more than others, but luckily she did have alternative kind of things that you could do to help with the pain. There were actually never times where I turned around and said, Tracy, like, we need to stop this is too much. I would just power through my 2 hours of laser hair removal sessions and just get on through with it. So that gets us on to the next question. How long did it take? So depending on the area that you had doing, so if you wanted to do something like just your legs, that's going to obviously take the least amount of time in comparison to do your whole body. If I just give you a rough example, for me it used to take me 2 hours to do my full body. So you could kind of like divide that up into like upper and lower, so like an hour for your legs or like an hour for your upper body. So you can kind of like estimate how long it will take. But also if you're like super tall, then it's obviously going to take you longer because you've got more skin to kind of cover. So someone has said, I've seen some people get like black spots on their face when they were having a laser. Did you? No, I did not have any black spots. I didn't get any pigmentation. If anything, my skin got better with this laser. I actually benefited from the laser. So I was so lucky that I didn't get any kind of side effect. And to be quite honest, this laser is one of the best out there in the market that really gives you results. But there were times where I had like perfume on my neck and it would burn my neck. So whenever I did get any laser burns, we would always make sure to put lots of aloe vera, lots of like pseudo cream, and really kind of wait for that skin to heal up. I did actually get burnt on my arm right here, so I've got 2 little spots, but they're actually fading away. So you can actually get burnt in it, but you've just got to be really careful when it comes to making sure your skin is really clean. I'm obviously always working with makeup products and beauty products and things like that. And yeah, I must have had some sort of makeup or perfume or something on my skin. So yeah, you can get burnt, but you've just got to be really careful. So one of the questions is laser hair removal permanent? And I've already answered this in this video. It is not permanent. It is, I want to say, like semi-permanent. It all depends on if you have any hormonal changes, if you have a baby, etc, etc. So there are different factors that can make your hair to start growing again. It's not always very like common, but it can happen. Next we have, how many sessions did you need? So I had about 9 sessions. This is all dependent again on the person. If you've just got very, very, very coarse hair which grows fast, then obviously that's going to take you a little bit longer. So it all depends on your personal like hair growth. So it's all down to the individual. You can't take my experiences or what I've had to do and think, yeah, you know, it's going to take me 9 sessions as well. It could take you 6 sessions or it could take you 12 sessions. Like, you just never know until you actually start getting the treatment done. But on average, they say it takes between 6 to 8 sessions. And obviously mine was 9, so it was a little bit higher. Someone says, does laser lighten your skin? And I wouldn't say that it lightens your skin. It does improve like the quality of your skin almost. Like, I feel my skin is so much softer and just so much more like, I don't know, like glowy in a way. It definitely affects my skin in that way. I have actually noticed that my underarms are so much lighter than they used to be. So when I used to shave, I used to have quite dark underarms, but since having laser done, like, my dark underarms have completely disappeared. So someone actually asked a really interesting question, and that was, what was my form of hair removal before laser? So I always used to epilate. I personally found epilating to be the most convenient, like fastest, like foolproof way of me to remove my hair. I did actually dabble in waxing and shaving, but I just preferred epilating because it meant that I didn't have to warm up any wax. I didn't have any like mistakes of like spilling the wax anywhere. And shaving, I just used to find that I would do like on extreme cases where I'm like, oh my god, crap, like I really need to shave my legs. But other than that, it was epilating all the way. And if you guys are wondering what epilators I used, there were always the Braun Silk Appeal epilators. I find that they're like the best ones on the market. The other question is, what are your thoughts on other lasers? So there's loads of new lasers out on the market. There's like a soprano laser, which is like pain-free, and all these other new lasers. And I actually asked Tracy about these. I said, you know, there's all these new lasers on the market. Do they work? Like, are they any good? Like, are you going to get one into your clinic? And she was very honest with me. She said, if you're trying to remove a follicle, something that's in your skin, you're obviously going to have pain. To have a pain-free laser is like to have a cat that barks. Like, it just doesn't go, because you need to have some level of pain to be able to really kill that follicle. And I was like, oh, do you know what? That actually makes sense. I've not tried soprano, so I can't speak for that, but I'm just so happy with the results that I got with Tracy that, I don't know, I almost don't feel the need to recommend like a different laser, because why would you? Because I've not tried it. So I'm just going to stick to what I know and what I can recommend. So the laser that I've actually had, I would say, is the best one. So the last question was, how has it worked for you, and what are your overall thoughts for laser hair removal? So for me, my journey started off really bad. Like, I was like, oh my god, am I just never going to find someone that's going to really just do the job and remove the hair? But I was so lucky that I managed to find someone. I did my research. Like, I really kind of looked into it, and I was like, right, this is the person I want to go with. I'm hoping to get results. And overall for me, in like the most non-cheesiest way, it really did change my life when it came to my body hair regime, because I don't have to think about it. And I find that really strange, because if I look at like my teenage years and my early 20s, I used to have to like really kind of think about epilating and this and that, like, and now I just don't have to think about it. It has definitely changed my life, and it's the best beauty treatment that I have ever done. That, you guys, is the end of my laser hair removal video. I know it was a really chatty long video, but I do really hope that it helps anyone out who is considering laser hair removal or having like some problems with laser hair removal. Like, I really do hope that this whole video helped you out. When this video goes up, I'm unfortunately not going to be at my computer to be able to respond to any questions, but what I will do is, as and when I get time, because I am going on holiday next week, I will try and answer as many questions as you guys have in the comments below. So if you do have anything that I haven't covered, then please let me know, and yeah, leave me comments below. But I will leave all the links to like laser hair removal and all that in the info box, so please don't forget to check those out. Yeah, I think that's all for now, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!